Coming up, the public helps with the arrest of 2 men.
And a Valdosta man is faced with numerous charges.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Camille Ralston.
And I'm Ashley Morrison. A Georgia investment advisor accused of stealing millions of dollars is now facing charges in Miami, Florida. According to the Miami federal prosecutors, 47-year-old Aubrey Lee Price of Valdosta sent a letter in June of 2012 stating he planned to commit suicide by jumping off his boat in Naples, Florida. A Florida judge declared Price dead a year ago. The Coast Guard responded unnecessarily to a false distress call. This is considered a federal crime, and this charge carries a maximum of 6 years in prison. Price is currently awaiting trial in Georgia jail for allegedly embezzling $17 million from investors, including Lowndes County. He was also charged in New York with securities and wire fraud.
Police officials say help from the public led to arrests in 2 different incidents that occurred over the weekend. In the first one, Valdosta Police Lieutenant Aaron Kirk said officers responded to an anonymous call alerting them to a break-in. Kirk said 57-year-old Samuel Sawyer was found inside a house on West Street. According to police reports, Sawyer was arrested and taken to the Lowndes County Jail. He was charged with burglary and forced entry to a residence.
In the second incident, police responded to an armed robbery at Lee's Mini Mart on Ann Street, where a man brandishing a replica of a black semi-automatic gun took money from the store's manager and then fled on foot. Once officers arrived on the scene, several citizens pointed out the direction of the fleeing victim. As a result, police say 27-year-old Devon Udell was arrested and charged with the robbery of a business with a gun. He was also taken to a Lowndes County jail.
A Valdosta man was stabbed over the weekend with a box cutter. Here's reporter Victoria Golden with more.
Police are searching for a suspect who may have stabbed a Valdosta man with a box cutter. It happened Saturday afternoon. Police investigated an area near the 500 block of East Gordon Street where they believe the accident happened. They say a suspect used a box cutter to the victim, a 36-year-old man. Chief Brian Childress says the victim is not cooperating with the investigation and that they are skeptical about whether assault took place or if the victim is a co-defendant in what took place. With News Valdosta, I'm Victoria Golden.
A Valdosta-based bank seized the assets of Tipton Pharmacy that followed a raid last Thursday. According to Tift County's Clerk of Superior Court, Commercial Banking Company filed a petition of writ of possession to seize Tipton Drugs, LLC. Authorities said the drugstore had a loan note valued at $238,000 through Commercial Bank. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, 4 people were arrested following a 5-month investigation into the diversion of controlled substances. Among the people arrested was the pharmacist in charge and the owner of Tipton Drugs, Carol Ray. Ray's arrest and search of her home led officials to the search of Tipton Drugs. Several boxes of documents were apprehended as evidence. This drug case is currently undergoing investigation by the sheriff and GBI.
Georgia State Patrol troopers responded to a deadly wreck on Zion Hope Road in Tifton yesterday. A child was pronounced dead and her mother is in critical condition. According to Trooper Michael Spells, their vehicle left the road and overturned. 31-year-old driver Matisha X.M. Davis and her 4-year-old daughter Abigail Ann Davis were not wearing seatbelts, and both were ejected from the vehicle during the crash. Abigail was pronounced dead at the scene. Her mother was transported to a Tifton hospital, then life-flighted to the Medical Center of Central Georgia in Macon, where she was in critical condition according to a hospital spokesperson.
Summer is here and many college grads are in search of a job in their field. I looked into the situation and have this report. For college students, summer is a time to break away from classes and hang out with friends and family. But for many Valdosta State University graduates, it's time to find a job. Danielle McNeil is a recent Valdosta State University graduate, and like many new alumni, she's trying to find a job in her field. But being a music major, her options for the summer can be limited.
In the summer, it's hard because there's really Most of the kids I teach are gone for summer vacation, so I don't have many lessons. And where I work in the school year, that's only for a school year.
The Labor Department says the unemployment rate for 2013 grads is at its lowest since 2007, but more graduates are settling for jobs outside of their field. Over 1,200 students graduated from Valdosta in May, and the Career Services Office has job resources that can help them in their search.
We have a job listing service through College Central Network. It's a software that we use. We have career fairs where students can come and meet with employers in person, as well as campus interviews. And then we offer one-on-one job search appointments for a more tailored approach to their job search.
For now, university students will continue to use resources to find a job in their field this summer. With News Valdosta, I'm Camille Ralston.
When we come back, South Georgia Medical Center welcomes youth volunteers.
And the annual Spring into Art event is back with fresh exhibits for the community to enjoy. So stay with us.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Valdosta State University. Encouraging.
In-depth inquiry.
Hands-on experience.
Service and involvement.
And a global view.
While offering
a beautiful residential campus.
Over 100 fields of study.
Graduate and online degrees.
And championship athletics.
All in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
South Georgia Medical Center is launching its 8-week annual summer program, Canopy of Care. The program includes 48 youth volunteers between the ages of 14 and 17. Each volunteer will be responsible for patient care, interaction, and administrative support for surgical outpatient services. Students will volunteer in the many different areas of the hospital, including the Smith Northview campus, the Diabetes Management Center, and Langdale Hospice House. The program gives those interested in working in the healthcare a chance to see if this is the field for them.
The Turner Center for the Arts is a big patron of local artists. It holds an exhibit to support and recognize the talented artists in our community. Here's Victoria Golden with more.
I'm here at the Turner Center for the Arts, where the Spring into Art exhibit is in full effect.
We are so excited to present the 27th annual Spring into Art event at the Turner Center for the Arts. This is such a unique show in that you will find the works of beginning artists, emerging artists, student artists, professional artists, all hanging together or placed together inside the galleries.
If you couldn't enter the 27th annual Spring into Art exhibit, this exhibit comes around every year, starting in February.
And it's pretty much open to any category. So we had about 280 artists enter this year, around 550 works.
Not only do local artists get their art hung in a real exhibit, the best in show is awarded $5,000.
This is the community's art center. It's we're free and open to the public. Represented in Spring into Art, there are a lot of local artists, so it's a great opportunity to become familiar with the artists we have right here in this community, and it's to bring enjoyment and to enjoy the creations of these artists.
There's a lot to see here at the exhibit, so come out and support Valdosta's local artists. With the News Valdosta, I'm Victoria Golden.
Are you interested in learning more about the National Preservation Act? Nonprofit preservation staffs have organized a workshop to discuss Section 106 of the NPA. This training will take place in the City Hall multipurpose room on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. and last until 5 p.m. Citizens statewide are invited to participate, however, registration is required. Historic Preservation and Special Projects Planner Emily Foster can be contacted for additional information.
Animal overpopulation in Lowndes County is rapidly on the rise. Here's Greg McCarthy with more on this story.
Here in Lowndes County, animal overpopulation is at an all-time high. Behind me is the Lowndes County Animal Shelter, so we're going to take a look inside to see what animals they have and also how to solve the animal overpopulation problem. Animal overpopulation has become a big and increasing problem in Lowndes County. In Lowndes County Animal Shelter, they receive over 5,000 animals brought to them each year, and of those 5,000, 52% of them are euthanized, 41% of them are adopted, and 7% of them are reclaimed. The animal shelter would strongly urge the pet owners of Valdosta to spade and neuter their pets. That way, they can not only decrease the animal overpopulation rate, but also save many pet lives and also increase the chances of dogs and cats to have a home rather than be put down.
Help the overpopulation problem we have in the county, we would encourage people to spay and neuter their dogs and their cats, just any animal that can repopulate the county, spay and neuter them. It's a big problem, and we need to encourage citizens to spay and neuter their pets, which would help with overpopulation, and as a result, we wouldn't have as many litters being born to dogs and cats.
Now that we've taken a look inside of Lowndes County Animal Shelter and also know how to solve the animal overpopulation problem, we urge you to come out here and fix it. With News Valdosta, I'm Greg McCarthy.
Yesterday, the Lowndes County School System started its summer nutrition program. The Seamless Summer Feeding Program is held from June 2nd until July 30th. This program provides free food to kids at approved sites such as parks, recreation areas, summer Bible schools, and other sites in the community. This can help kids by providing healthy lunches for them this summer and give them something to look forward to. The Lowndes County School website provides a chart with detailed times and sites in Lowndes County where this program will be held.
Do you know any Southeastern Native American traditions? The Turner Center of the Arts went back in time to teach pottery making, and I was able to catch an inside view. Let's take a closer look. I'm down here at the Hudson Building next to this Turner Center of the Arts, where the Southeastern Native American workshop is taking place. The pottery making tradition in North America and in Georgia began about 4,500 years ago. This workshop covered the use of anvils and paddles with the coiling method, as well as the decorating techniques of incise work, punctuation from alliteration, sculpting, slip painting, and burnishing. With a lot of moisture, the pots can contain a leather-hard state.
I've actually learned some techniques that I didn't learn in my BFA classes, so it's been pretty interesting.
There were various tools that were used to create the pots. If you burnish it when it dries, you can then rub your hand to even out the burnishing.
A kind of clay that comes somewhere from here in Georgia, but it's not a really brittle clay that's like very, very brittle and like bricks that you can find everywhere that's orange or brown or black. So basically it's a pretty good kind of clay.
Native Americans had a lot of swirl designs. By taking a sculpting tool, you can have a raised area on the pot. This started the beginning of the Native American art era. Native American culture is still being used today by traditional potters. With News Valdosta, I'm Ashley Morrison.
Hurricane season is in full effect until November 30th. The city of Valdosta wants you to take the necessary steps to being prepared when it comes to facing a hurricane. Citizens can sign up for the Code Red Emergency Alert System, in which they will receive hurricane warnings or flooding alerts. To sign up, visit the City of Valdosta website.
When we come back, Shaquila Lott will give us our weather forecast, so stay with us.
when every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved. That moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Shaquila Lott. Shaquila, what's the forecast?
Thanks, Ashley. Well, today we're in luck, everyone. There will be no rain. Today will be partly sunny with a high near 90 degrees, so you can go out and enjoy your evening without having to lug around a jacket or an umbrella. Tonight's temperature will drop to 68 degrees and the skies will be partly cloudy. You can finally go out and enjoy your summer night like you're truly supposed to. Tomorrow will be beautiful with mostly sunny skies and a high near 92 degrees. That's a little warmer than our past weather forecast, so wear some comfortable clothing that will allow you to feel cool during the day. Today's UV index is set at a 7, which is considered to be high on the 12-point scale. Don't forget to bring some form of skin protectant if you plan to be out and about today. Today's pollen count is in the moderate range again today, and it is set at a 4.2. You should be able to breathe quite comfortably today, but if your allergies are extremely sensitive, consider staying away from open windows or just take the necessary medicine to keep your allergies under control. That's all I have for weather today. Back to you ladies at the news desk.
Thanks, Shaquila. When we come back, Hannah Hedges will give us a closer look at sports, so stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose.
I chose Division II.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Hannah Hedges for our local sports. Hannah?
Thanks, ladies. The Mildred Hunter Community Center will host an all-star basketball NCAA-style tournament in July. The tournament will be for children ages 6 to 12. It will be a week-long event involving skill drills and shot improvement techniques. To get your child involved, contact the administration of the Mildred Hunter Center. In addition, on Saturday, May 31st, the Braves defeated the Marlins 9-5, and a great deal of attention is being paid to the Atlanta Braves relief pitcher Craig Kimbrell, who needs only one save more to break John Schmaltz's franchise career record. If Kimbrell doesn't make the record this week, then chances are it will happen while the Braves are on the road for a 7-game trip to Arizona and Colorado, which begins Friday with the first of 3 against the Diamondbacks in Phoenix. Last week, the Atlanta Braves received a needed boost by 2 players recalled from the minors during the game against the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park in Boston. The rookies are Tommy La Stella and Shea Simmons, and they are both set for their home debuts in Atlanta, which opens a 2-game series tonight with Seattle, where La Stella is suspected to be the starting second baseman. Kennesaw State defeated Alabama 4-2 on Monday in Tallahassee, Florida, making them the first team in 21 years to win an NCAA Division I baseball regional in its debut. Coach Mike Sansing said that they won the Division II national championship in 1996, and though that was a big deal, this victory puts Kennesaw State baseball on the map once again. Former Miami Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino is one of 15 former NFL players who filed a lawsuit in federal court last week. The lawsuits are concussion-related, and those 15 players, along with 4,800 others, have claimed that the NFL misled players about the long-term dangers of concussions. The NFL has denied those claims, saying that the lawsuits do not specify any medical problems suffered by any of the plaintiffs. Last Friday, the Georgia State Athletic Director Cheryl Levick announced that she is taking on a new role as special assistant to the university's president, Mark Becker. She will continue as the athletic director until she begins her new role on the 1st of July. Now, back to you ladies at the news desk.
Thanks, Hannah. When we come back, things are cooking at the Turner Center for the Arts.
And the South Georgia Classic Car Club is in town and planning a weekend show. We'll be right back with these stories, so don't go away.
That's low. That's low and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously. Okay.
Danse, balance la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex? Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Earlier in the show, Greg McCarthy looked into the problem of pet overpopulation. Now, News Valdosta reporter Brianna Hines gives us an inside look into the pet adoption program sponsored by PetSmart.
Every Saturday, PetSmart and BARK collaborate to help abandoned animals find homes. PetSmart is not only a place where you come to get supplies for your animals, but also a support system for mistreated dogs and cats.
The relationship that we have is PetSmart made a decision not to sell pets. We would rather people adopt animals that might be put down if they don't find good homes. So on the weekends, we allow these organizations to come into PetSmart and set up and adopt these pets out to find them forever homes.
There is an application process that you have to go through where BARK comes to your home to approve you. The pet fee is $160, and that covers things like spayed, neutered, shots, and other vet expenses.
BARK Humane Society is a pet rescue. We rescue dogs from other shelters from around the areas in Brooks County, Lowndes County, and Berrien County. We tend to take the ones that have been hit by cars, somebody that has been abused on chains. We are a nonprofit, and we rely on fosters and funds to make our organization work. And we are no-kill. We try not to put anybody to sleep unless it's medically necessary or unless they have some human aggression.
If you're not able to adopt, BARK also accepts donations for the care of the animals. With News Valdosta, I am Brianna Hines.
Valdosta's Turner Center for the Arts has a youth culinary class beginning on June 16th and lasting through the 20th. This youth cooking class is from 10 a.m. until noon and will be led by Sharon Coleman and Jeannie Groen. Participant ages range from 8 to 12 years old. Cost for this class is $50. Supplies and lunch will be provided.
The South Georgia Classic Car Club puts the class in classic when it comes to cars. Aaron Ellis has more on how you can become a member of this exciting club.
Have you ever been cruising through Valdosta and saw a ton of classic cars and wonder how you could join in? The South Georgia Classic Car Club meets tonight at 6 p.m. at Austin's Cattle Company on West Hill Avenue. They emphasize on cars of the 50s and 60s, but all are welcome. Meetings are held every first Tuesday of every month, and all car enthusiasts are welcome to join the South Georgia Classic Car Club. With News Valdosta, I'm Erin Ellis.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Ashley Morrison.
And I'm Camille Ralston. We'll see you again tomorrow.